Finally today, the technology is so good, the pictures are so clear, that it is sometimes difficult to separate the war from the other programs on television. We take the technology for granted, and that makes it easy to forget just how dangerous war is, that this is not a movie where the soldiers get up for a retake after being shot. And it is just as easy to forget the risks that people take to get those pictures from the battlefield to our living rooms. And then we're brought back to reality. Soldiers die, and so do the reporters telling their stories. Last week, we learned of the death of Michael Kelly, the Washington Post columnist, who died when his vehicle overturned in a canal. He leaves a wife and 2 sons. Today, we learned of the death of NBC News correspondent David Bloom, as gentle a man and as brave a reporter as I ever knew, who died from a blood clot in the lungs after pushing himself to the limit and past it as he traveled with American troops as they made their way to Baghdad. He leaves a wife and 3 daughters. I knew both of them, and it was not the glamour of the job that drew them to the battlefield, but a passion to be where the story was, which is what reporters are supposed to do. Because they and the rest of the reporters covering the war have been there, the rest of us are getting a new appreciation of the job the American military has been doing, and because of those reporters, the propaganda from Saddam Hussein's people is put to the lie daily. But let these reporters' deaths remind us that this is not a television show, an option for those who don't like basketball. This is a war. People die, and the loss and human suffering is borne most of all by the families of both those who fight the wars and the reporters who tell their stories. That's it for us. We'll see you next week, right here on Face the Nation.